Pisces friends, I'm Annie Botticelli and welcome to my December 2019 horoscope report for Pisces. The spur to action for Pisces continues with these Sagittarius planets making pressure aspects to your Pisces placements, but now, unlike in November, you actually have this open window for big launches. November, when the planets started to get into Sagittarius and make these kind of call to action aspects with Pisces, you'd be really feeling ready to do something. But because the Mercury retrograde was also covering that time, certain of the things you're spurred to do either weren't working out or it wasn't the best time to do them. So now, as we step into December, this open window for taking action is coming, and it will be amazing for so many things. Like last month, December also has double the amount of sweet aspects as salty aspects. So we've got all of that going on. There are 4 main fields of experience that are highlighted this month for Pisces. I'm going to give you some specifics about how I've seen planets moving through these houses or fields of experience we have as humans, how I've seen those manifest, and what perhaps you can expect as they go through those houses for you. I am going to give you a very quick overview of the 3 top things to know about the month of December, because having this information, well, the information itself is going to flavor how you use the rest of the information that I give you for the Pisces specific. So I'm going to show you the top 3 must-knows for December. I'm going to show you the dates that are sweet, have sweet aspects, the dates that have salty aspects, and then I'll get the Pisces charts up on here, and I'll show you all of these wild things that are going on for you this month and how you can best use the energies. Okay, so I'm going to give you this quick overview of the general energy of December 2019. It is really critical to understand this before we start putting in the pieces for your sign, because it will flavor the whole month, and everything that we talk about that's specific for you is going to have these 3 big pieces that are just overlaying everything. Okay, so there are 3 main things to know about December 2019. The first is that we have way more sweet aspects than salty ones. This happened also in November. It definitely flavors the month when there are more sweet aspects than challenging ones. You know, your individual chart could vary, because you could have a challenging time going on in your chart, and then the general horoscopes could be like super sweet, and you could be like, well, the horoscopes are wrong, and they're not. The general horoscopes, your personal charts, are all individual pieces of a very complex total picture. But just talking about the general transits, there's definitely more sweetness this month than there is salty stuff going on. And I will give you the dates for those sweet and salty aspects. Big thing to know about this month, time to get it done. December 9th is when the post-Mercury retrograde transit, Mercury went direct on November 20th, but every day after November 20th until December 9th was this kind of Mercury waking up, changing directions. I kind of see this as like making a U-turn. You know, if you're going one direction, you have to slow down, come to a stop, make the turn, go speed up again. Okay, so this period of time between November 20th and December 9th is like coming back up to speed. All right, but from December 9th through February 2nd is the last major open window of all of 2020. 2020 is a year that is entrenched with inward and backward energy from personal planet retrogrades. Mercury, Venus, Mars, all going to be going retrograde. Mercury will be going retrograde 3 times as usual. And this is just going to be a very internal, with themes from the past type of year. So your time to like push things out in a big way is December and January, and you've got awesome aspects this month to do it. There's a massive Capricorn influence, which is also helpful here, because there are just so many planets in Capricorn, outer planets, the ones furthest from us, inner planets, the ones closest to us. So it's a time to strategize, get things done, get organized, make plans, you know, just like really take the bull by the horns and to do things. There's also the Sagittarius influence, which is going to make a dizzying, busy, you know, all over the place, spiral, spinning out, exuberant type of energy, which is really nice as a counterbalance to this very serious Capricorn energy. So we do have those Sag influences, and those are going to be coming in a big way, bringing some lightheartedness and optimism and fun to this otherwise very, you know, focused time. The third thing to know is that the eclipse energies are really, really happening now. Okay, I've been talking about these for months before they actually happened, because they can actually show up as major manifestations in months before they happen.
But this month we have the December eclipse, which is December 25th or 26th, depending on your time zone. But the whole month, you know, and before December even and after December, major changes. So to see how this is going to affect your sign, very specifically with great detail, watch my November report for your sign. Okay, because in there I talk about all of the details of exactly where you are on the spectrum for your sign, and how that will manifest for you. I did a whole separate video series, a whole 12 set separate video series for the January eclipses. So look for that, you know, look for your sign, lunar eclipse 2020, Annie Botticelli, and you will find these very detailed storylines of how you are very likely going to experience those eclipses, what areas of life are going to be highlighted for you. Okay, now the last thing I want to do here before we get into more specifics with your sign has to do with the sweet and salty dates. Okay, so the sweet aspects, 2nd, 3rd, 8th, 10th, 13th, 10th, 11th, 13th, 15th, 19th, 21st, 22nd, 24th, 26th, and 27th. And I've got them written down here. Okay, the salty ones, 8th, 11th, 13th, 19th, 22nd, 23rd, and 26th. You'll notice some of these are in common. So there are many days this month that there are sweet and salty aspects on the same days. Okay, so you can either, you know, try to align your things with the days that don't have those same things going on, or you can just feel your way through. An aspect happens on a certain day, but our timeline for how we can experience it can be days before or days after. So you just have to kind of feel your way through. If you're like planning a big launch and you're having a crappy day and it's just not, things aren't flowing, maybe wait until everything feels like, okay, 1, 2, 3, now sync up. You know, it's really important for you to learn to feel these rhythms for yourself. I teach you this and give you guidelines, but you're feeling your way through is my main goal. Okay, so those are the aspects to note. Now let's look at these juicy details about how your sign-specific energies are going to show up.
All right, so now you have seen these top things to know for December, that you are prepared to understand the general transits and what you can best do and what things may be at play for you. Now we can look at these Pisces specific charts. Okay, so there are many things I'm going to talk about that are going to be true for all Pisces placements, but there are going to be some points where I may differentiate out certain pieces of information depending on where in the Pisces spectrum you are. Okay, so this report is for you if you are an early, or if you are a Pisces sun, Pisces moon, or Pisces rising. All right, so any of you in there will have this information as a viewpoint of your experience. Early degree Pisces are basically our February born, or 0 to 9 degrees. Middle, March 1st through 10th, or 10 to 19 degrees. And late, March 11th through the rest of the sign, or 20 to 29 degrees. Okay, so that is going to have relevance at some point if I differentiate out, but we can get that aside here. And now the things I'm going to talk about, even though I'm using the early chart, we can just cross that out. I'm talking about things for all Pisces placements, okay? Unless I otherwise say. So, the 8th house, 9th house, 10th house, and 11th houses are going to be very much accentuated for Pisces this month. With the 8th house, you can expect to have key, close relationships, intimate relationships, romantic relationships, business partners, basically anywhere where you're sharing resources. So, you know, spousal money and interactions, family money and interactions. This is a house of inheritances. This is a house where sometimes people win money. It's basically where the story of working with power, control, money, and a lot of times money represents both the power and control. So if someone has money and you need the money, then you have to do these certain things to get the money, or if you're the person that has the money, then you require certain things, etc. So all of those storylines, and also the intimate romantic interactions between people, are all in this 8th house. This 8th house is also a seeking house in the way that it wants... it's like asking bigger questions. So psychology, all of the parapsychology, you know, palmistry, astrology, I Ching, and anything where you're going deep into this abstract world is all here. So topics where you're diving deeper into those placements or to those topics, or you're getting deep into your own psychology or other people's psychology, or you're merging people with money or merging with relationships, there's a lot of activity there. And there could be some challenges as well, because Mars can bring a little bit of aggression. So there could be some aggravation, but there's equally as likely going to be resolution from the work that you do there. Okay, so the 9th house is also accentuated for all Pisces placements. And this house has to do with adventure. Okay, so December may have you thinking about, talking about, planning adventures. It's a time to think out of the box, and it's a time to let inspiration fill you and to look at the bigger picture. The 9th house also has to do with teaching and learning. So if you've been wanting to learn something, or if you've been wanting to start a teaching platform, or if you're a teacher and you want to do something different, launches of every kind are great now. And you know, anything new or a carryover of anything that you've already done on these topics is great. Long distance travel, travel in general is very well supported this month. Writing and publishing projects are also really supported. If you have to launch a book or do something key with a book or some writing or a blog or something like that, this is amazing for that. And for those of you who are involved with your church or in spiritual studies not related to a church, this house also can, you know, the movement of these planets through this house can also bring the spiritual studies or opportunities within your spiritual practices to open up. Maybe you have an opportunity at church to do something, or maybe you're going to start teaching people things that you've learned in your spiritual journey. The 10th house is also coming up for all Pisces placements, and this has to do with your work and your career. This has to do with your place out in the world. So even if you're someone that doesn't need to work, or, you know, doesn't have to work, or money isn't part of your work in the world, it still, you know, can be that. So it's like your purpose outside of the house, you know, just like out in the world. But it can have to do with new jobs, lateral movement. It's a great time to ask for a raise. It's a great time to try to find a new job. And of course, with that eclipse energy, a lot of changes are going to be present for everybody. It's going to be activating a lot of things. So if a new something has come to you, this can be a perfect month to say yes and to implement all of these things. The 10th house also has to do with strategy, and because we also have all those planets in Capricorn, which rules the 10th house, the energy of long-term plans, strategy, grounding, materializing things that you've been envisioning are all really, really important. So you've got the Sag house and the Sag planets that are bringing, well, this is going to be in Cap soon, but this will go into Sag. Those are bringing the bigger picture, and then the Capricorn is bringing the strategy. So it's like this month you have both, like big, and then drill down to the details that it will take to bring the vision in. With Jupiter getting into Capricorn, and I will be doing a separate series on how Jupiter and Capricorn is going to affect your sign. So that's why we're not going to speak to it here. But with Jupiter moving into Capricorn, it's a really, really grounding, materializing combination, because the Jupiter rules Sagittarius, which is the big vision, all these big ideas. Capricorn is the hard work, the discipline, and the diligence, and the strategy that brings the big vision into a fruition. So when Jupiter is there, it's going to be a year, all of 2020, from now, the end of 2019 through 2020, of really being able to materialize those things you've been thinking about, those things you've been talking about. Now, because the Sag planets are making this 90-degree angle to Pisces placements, they started this in November, so if you watch my November report, you know I was talking about it then as well. But this continues this month, so that's pressure. But that's exciting, because it's kind of lights a fire under your butt to do something with these ideas, to do something with these dreams, to do something, you know, and just not let, you know, roll around in the feeling of them. Actually feel your way into creation, feel them into creation. Now, most of the planets are actually going to be in Capricorn, and Capricorn, it makes all favorable angles to your Pisces placements. So this is like support that comes from, you know, people helping you, or work that you've done working out, or, you know, something where anything you've done in the past, or anything that you're doing now, or something that someone else is doing for you, can just be a blessing. But do remember that these are 60-degree angles, and I always talk about these 60-degree angles like the ingredients on a counter. If you're going to make a pie, if you pass by the kitchen and you're aggravated that the pie's not being made, Annie, where's my pie, right? You have to do something with it. So sometimes it'll be like sparkling opportunities all around, but if you don't capitalize on them or say yes to them or carry them through, then they're just sort of ingredients on a counter that will just rot there without you, doing anything with it. So, just be aware that you're going to have to take action. The pressure is going to be there, but there's way more support than pressure this month. So hopefully that will feel good and you have this open window to do things. Okay, so the 11th house is also very much accentuated for early, middle, and late. Usually I am spending more time on the early, middle, and late charts. I had them here waiting in the wings if I needed them, but certain months, the clusters of planets that are most notable are accentuating the same houses for early, middle, and late degree placements. And so it's not necessary to drill down to make something different for each of you. So in case you're wondering why I'm not drilling down, it's because for all of the charts, these houses are aspected for all of you. So in any case, this 11th house, so the 11th house is the networking house. So this makes it really important for you to be either out and circulating or interacting with people. So this can be in the virtual arena or this can be in person, but it's important to be out and to be doing things because the odds of you seeing somebody or meeting somebody that holds an important piece for you, for something that you're trying to do to materialize all these other things that we're talking about. This 11th house is the friendships, the acquaintances, the social media, the virtual meeting spaces, internet-based projects, anything like that. So if you're not utilizing those things, then you might not be getting the benefits that are present for you at this time. If you're looking to date online and other dating has special blessings at this time. This 11th house, as far as the dating scene, rules online dating. It also rules a friend or an acquaintance introducing you to somebody, like saying, hey, you really need to meet this person, or you have an acquaintance and you wind up dating them. So there's that energy, but this can be equally as important for like finding a health practitioner. You can just meet the perfect person that refers that to you, or something else that you're trying to figure out or do, or a club, or a job, or anything. So the message here is definitely be out circulating, because this period of time is just really rich with opportunities, and you don't want to be holed up in your house unless you are online interacting with people. Okay, so these are the things that are most on my mind for Pisces. We definitely, like I said, have a lot of support through the angles with Capricorn and Pisces. Also, as these planets are still moving through Scorpio, they are making beautiful aspects to your Pisces. The only pressure points are those Sag placements, but even they, again, it's more of a soft pressure amidst a bunch of support. Kind of like, come on, you got to get going here, and then you have everything you need to activate that. You have perfect stars. January will also be really great for activating things. So if you have to get your strategy and your ducks in a row this month in order to be able to pull things out in January, then it's really important that you do, as I referred to earlier, because that wall of retrogrades is going to start in February, and you want to take advantage of the momentum that you have now.
So definitely go to my website, anniehelpsyou.com, so that you can sign up for my free email newsletter. And when you do, you will get, remember those dates I gave you, the sweet ones and the salty ones? Well, I give a write-up for my email list, special for them, every month, a month early, all the sweet dates, all the salty dates, what aspects they are, what planets are involved, what signs are involved, and what you can expect from those combinations, plus a little general overview written of the month. You get that delivered to your inbox every month, a month early, when you go to anniehelpsyou.com and sign up for my free email newsletter. It will look like this. And you will also get my 28-day virtual coaching program called Shine for free when you sign up there, plus other free goodies. If you love how I teach and you want to learn, I'm an astrology teacher. That is my main focus. You at anniehelpsyou.com. Besides seeing a massive amount of astrology and other blogs on that site, you can see my astrology apprenticeship program. And if you want to learn how to be an astrologer and make money doing that, I can teach you how to do that. I have people often coming out of my course, even before the course is done, already earning money as an astrologer. So massively comprehensive. If you think my videos are detailed, you should see my astrology apprenticeship program. So you can see that at anniehelpsyou.com. And for written horoscopes by me, a month early, and lifestyle blogs, including an astrology for wellness blog that is massively, again, comprehensive, go to cozybysweetstarlight.com. And these links that I'm giving you are all in the notes underneath the video. So if you click on more, then it will be there and you can just link straight through. cozybysweetstarlight.com. It's such a beautiful site. Just go there even just to see how pretty it is. And the last thing, get my book, Radical Prayer, Transform Your Life and the World in 28 Days, with amazing, powerful, radical prayers, mantras, affirmations that will help you claim the life of your dreams. You can get that on Amazon. You can search for Radical Prayer Annie and you'll find it, or you can go to radicalprayerbook.com. It's an amazing handbook for my fellow spiritual seekers. My husband, B.R. Newman, also has all kinds of goodies, offerings, new things all the time at his website, iamhelios.com, iamhelios.com. I hope you have a wonderful month, and I'll see you next month. Bye!